Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, 7th of November here. And the last 3-4 days has all been occupied with kind of bringing everything up to date, doing all the weeding and the mowing the grass and everything. And as you can see here, how clean it is on our driveway. And that Marites has been helping Beth, and she is so good at this, and so we have her come up whenever this needs to be done. But you can kind of see the difference here, all the weeds and everything in the rows here next to the driveway with Beth's flowers and everything, and how clean it is over here. Yeah, it's so nice, yeah, to get this cleaned up. So Marites will be working with us here probably the rest of the week in order to kind of get caught up with all the weeding that has to be done. Like I said, once the rains start, oh boy, the jungle just jumps back to life again. And if the vegetables grew anywhere near as much as the weeds grew, boy, we'd really be in business. But yesterday, as you can see, the onions here, I basically went through and weeded all the onions, and as you can see by the piles here next to the row on both sides, all the weeds that we dug up. And you really got to get down, and I used a digger for this. You can't just cut the weeds off. If they've got anything that has roots here, boy, it'll be back in a couple days again. So what you kind of got to do is dig and get as much of the roots as you can up. And of course, that's not 100% foolproof, and they'll be back growing in a short amount of time again. And like I said, especially with the rain. Beth yesterday picked a whole basket full of eggplant here, and wow, still so much growing as I can see here. And of course the okra also. In the meantime, Lando's been mowing grass in the front yard here. Just about done. Just a little patch left to go yet. And of course then we'll rake it up, bag it up. It goes in as bedding and into the compost rows as usual. You know, nothing is wasted here on the farm at all. Everything goes back into the land somehow or other. But you can see the difference here, and I finished all the way up to the end here. The difference in that part that was weeded, and of course the rows that I've still got to do yet. And you can see the difference in how clean it is compared to all the weeds. And that's just, like I said, part of gardening here. You can't leave it go. They will absolutely overpower the vegetables in no time at all. And what hurts the most is it's taking the nutrients that the vegetables really need. And even with the compost in it, like we're doing, the weeds grow that much better also. Is it oh God, a losing battle sometimes, I wonder, you know. Like I said a long time ago, it's gardening here is very labor intensive, and so much easier just to go to the grocery store and go to the market and buy, definitely. But there's a certain pleasure in growing your own and canning your own and preserving your own vegetables. Plus the taste is just, wow, yeah, so much different, and a certain amount of pride in being able to do that and to be able to provide for oneself without having to go to the store all the time. But yeah, this is going to have to be weeded, and I'll probably start working on that today. It's a never-ending process here. Just like mowing the lawn during the dry season. It doesn't get mowed for months, and now with the rain seemed to be starting here. Of course, you got to do it at least every week. And here you'll notice something that, yeah, we're getting some tomatoes here, but not anywhere near the amount of tomatoes that Beth is getting. And of course you can see some over there too, behind the house. And I firmly believe that's because she's using 100% compost and 100% soil and compost mixed in. Here, of course, I add compost to the rows when I redig them and pull the plants up, but it's nowhere near the amount. Like I said, she's planting the tomatoes in pure good soil, and this here is maybe only 20-30% as I add compost to it. So the production, and especially in the tomatoes and plants, tomato plants here grow 6-7 feet tall, absolutely amazing. That Beth is having much more luck in back of the house than I'm having here, so that's perfectly explainable. The other thing you'll notice here is, if you've been watching my videos, the growth of the mango trees that I trimmed back last spring is absolutely amazing how they filled out. And as I look around here, you'll notice just completely different than what it was, and how they filled out so much. And we're kind of getting a little bit of a second season with them, and all the new growth. Yeah, pretty amazing. I'm just debating of how I'm going to trim them back again in order to encourage them to produce more fruit. But it's a part of the experimenting that we're doing here, and especially with the mango trees. So that's kind of what we've been doing the last 2-3 days, is getting back really into the farming and into the gardening, and keeping the place looking trim. Oh boy, that just never ends, no matter what we attempt to do here. So, coming back to the camera here, I'm going to say goodbye for now. Everybody have a good day, and like and subscribe, and I sincerely hope that the good Lord blesses you as much as He's blessed Beth and myself.